Hello, kids! Welcome to our new lesson for today. It is about Science 5, Quarter 1, Module 2, Lesson 1, Milk-Based. How materials change when applied with heat. This is Teacher Aika, your online teacher. Are you ready? Let's go! Have you ever asked yourself how materials change? How does matter change when applied with heat? When matter is heated enough, its molecules move faster with great energy. It is like watching an ice cube in your palm that becomes small until it melts, or a boiling water that turns into a steam. If enough heat is added, solid becomes liquid and liquid changes to gas. Do you know that oxygen forms stable chemical bonds with almost all elements to give the corresponding oxide? Oxygen is a very reactive gas. It has the ability to combine with many materials to form oxides, but when it combines with non-metal, it produces a non-metal oxide. It is important to learn the changes that matter undergo and its effect in our environment. So let's have an activity. Directions: identify the changes that took place in the following activities. When there is an application of heat and with the presence of or absence of oxygen. Number 1. Boiling water. The answer is letter B. Temperature changes to 100 degrees Celsius. Number 2. Cooking rice. The correct answer is letter D. Water gets absorbed into the grain and heat softens the starch, then alters its texture when cooked. Number 3. Darkening of eggplant. The answer is letter C. Color changes observed commonly among vegetables and fruits. Number 4. Fish kill. The answer is letter E. Occurs when there is lack of oxygen in the ponds or bodies of water. And last, number 5. Decaying garbage. The answer is letter A. Breakdown of materials due to bacteria and fungus. Another activity, directions. Read the questions carefully. Explain how changes in matter affect the environment. Write the letter of the best answer. Number 1. The following materials undergo a physical change. Which of the changes in matter has a bad effect on the environment? A. Freezing of meat to preserve it in a long period of time. B. Using spray paint in tin cans to cover the rust. C. Cutting of the fabric to be made into clothes. And D. Evaporation of rainwater. The correct answer is letter B. Using spray paint in tin cans to cover the rust. Number 2. The following materials undergo chemical change. Which of these changes in matter has a good effect on the environment? A. Burning of plastic. B. Composting of biodegradable wastes. C. Expansion exposing alcohol to direct heat or fire. Or D. Combustion of gasoline in the car's engine. The correct answer is letter B. Composing a biodegradable waste. Number 3. Cutting of trees has its advantages and uses to the people. Which of the following is a bad effect of this activity? A. Cutting of trees may result in house construction. B. Cutting of trees may result in paper production. C. Cutting of trees may result in furniture making. And D. Cutting of trees may result in flooding. The correct answer is letter D. Cutting of trees may result in flooding. Number 4. The following activities can be done to pieces of wood. Which of these can cause harm to the environment? A. Burning pieces of wood to be made as charcoal. B. Shaping pieces of wood to be made into a chair. C. Using pieces of wood to be made as furniture. Or D. Forming pieces of wood as junior fence. The correct answer is letter A. Burning pieces of wood to be made as charcoal. Number 5. Your father has celebrated his birthday yesterday. There were many empty plastic bottles of soft drinks left. What is the best way you can do with these empty plastic bottles to protect the environment? A. Throw the empty plastic bottles into the seashore. B. Make the empty plastic bottles as flower vases. C. Dump the empty plastic bottles into the landfill. Or D. Burn the empty plastic bottles. The correct answer is letter B. Make the empty plastic bottles as flower vases. This time, let's have how materials change when applied with heat. When heat is added to substance, the molecules and atoms vibrate faster. As atoms vibrate faster, the space between atoms increases. The motion and spacing of the particles determine the states of matter of the substance. Solids, liquids, and gases expand when heat is added. Let's have another activity with what's in. Directions. Based on the given physical and chemical properties of matter, identify which property is being described. Choose your answer from the words in the box. And here are the choices: hardness, elasticity, conductivity, biodegradability, brittleness. Number 1. Ability to break easily. The answer is brittleness. Number 2. Ability to decompose by microorganism. The answer is biodegradability. Number 3. Ability to let the heat and electricity to pass through. The answer is conductibility or conductivity. Number 4. Ability to stretch and return to its original shape. The answer is elasticity. And number 5. Ability to resist pressure that may cause deformation. The answer is hardness. Good job, kids! Let's go with another activity with what's in. Directions. The following are activities done on objects where heat is applied. Draw a star if it shows physical change, or a half moon if it shows chemical change. Number 1. Heating a handful of sugar. The correct answer is star, physical change. Number 2. Boiling of water. The answer is star, physical change. Number 3, burning of paper. The answer is half moon. Number 4, drying of clothes. The answer is star, physical change. And number 5, grilling pork. The answer is star, physical change. Heat, as discussed in your previous grade, is a form of energy. It is an energy that is transferred between objects of different temperature. Temperature is the hotness and coldness of an object, and it is measured using a thermometer. Our main source of heat is the sun. Heat can bring about a physical change in matter. Some solid materials melt when the heat is applied to them. A common example is a piece of melting ice taken out of the refrigerator. The ice absorbs heat from the surroundings, which will then melt after a few minutes. On the other hand, water evaporates when it is subjected to heat, just like when your mother hangs your wet laundry under the sun. After several minutes or hours, the clothes become dry, which means that the water in your clothes evaporated. Heat does not only produce a physical change in materials. Sometimes, heating a material causes it to undergo chemical change. The chemical changes caused by heat are irreversible. One common example of this is cooked food. The egg your mother cooked for your breakfast has undergone a chemical change. Now, can you bring the egg back into its liquid form before it was cooked? No, you can't. The cooked egg cannot be changed back to its original form. Applying heat to the material results in processes of physical and chemical changes. Physical change happens when only the appearance of the material changes and no new material is formed. Meanwhile, chemical change happens when heat is applied and the material changes its size, shape, color, and smell, and a new material is formed. Now, let's try to answer an activity. Directions from the given activities below, identify which shows physical change or chemical change by writing your answers using the table below as a guide. Here are the choices: frying egg, boiling water, burning of paper, grilling chicken, melting chocolate, drying of wet clothes, heating of white sugar, melting of ice cream, drying fishes under the sun, and drying wet palay under the sun. So let's start. Let's go first with physical change through the application of heat. Drying of wet clothes, drying fishes under the sun, boiling water, melting chocolate, drying wet palay under the sun, and melting of ice cream. Let's go with chemical change through the application of heat. Heating of white sugar, burning of paper, frying egg, grilling chicken. That's it. Okay, good job, kids. I hope you've got the correct answers. This time, let's go with another activity, directions. Read the following sentences carefully. Write true if the situation shows how matter changes when applied with heat. Write false if not. Number 1. Melting ice cube, boiling water, and drying clothes are examples of physical changes. The answer is, of course, true. Number 2. Physical and chemical changes are results when heat is applied to matter. The correct answer is true. Number 3. A vanilla ice cream melts when taken out from a refrigerator for a long time. The answer is true. Number 4. Charcoal burning on the grill is an example of chemical change. The correct answer is true. And the last one, when heat is applied to matter or material, nothing happens. The correct answer is false. This time, let's read the following questions carefully, then write the letter of your answer. Number 1. Which of the following is an example of chemical change when heat is applied? Letter A. Burning of wood. B. Drying of clothes. C. Freezing of water. D. Sharpening a pencil. The correct answer is letter A. Burning of wood. Number 2. Which is true about chemical change when heat is applied? A. A new product is formed. B. Chemicals change as a result of physical change. C. The product can be changed into its original form. And D. A chemical change is more important than any other process. The correct answer is letter A. A new product is formed. Number 3. What happens when a piece of paper is burned inside a tin can? A. A new material is formed. B. There are no changes. C. Both physical and chemical changes happen. D. It turns to ashes and after a few minutes, it returns to its original form. The correct answer is letter A. A new material is formed. Number 4. What happens to the ice cube and batter after heat is applied? A. They melt. Physical change happens. B. They melt. chemical change happens? C. Nothing happens to the materials. Or D. All the materials dissolve in the air. The correct answer is letter A. They melt, physical change happens. Number 5. What process is applied in the melting of ice cream, drying of wet clothes, and cooking of vegetables that result in physical and chemical change? A. Boiling, B. Drying, C. Freezing, or D. Heating? The correct answer is letter D. Heating. Good job, kids!